Hey, what up guys, Wavy Films here, and today I have another custom LEGO minifigure showcase for you guys. And for the showcase, I have my Speedsters from the CW TV show The Flash. These aren't all the figures I'm going to make from The Flash, but just the ones I'm working on now. I do plan on making Vibe and Killer Frost in the future, but for now I just made these ones and I've already moved on to working on Supergirl customs. So for now, these are all the ones I have. When I finish the other ones, I'll make a showcase on that. I'm not uploading this for any special event happening, although the Fortnite crossover is happening, but the only reason I'm uploading this now is just because I finished them all. So yeah, and I went to Instagram, you guys said to upload it. So for the showcase, I have Flash in his Season 2 suit, or Season 3 suit, they're the same thing, but it's a little bit different from the Season 1 suit, but not that different, but there are visible differences, so it's his Season 2/Season 3 suit. Then we have Wally West, Kid Flash from Flashpoint, Jesse Quick from Earth 2, Jay Garrick from Earth 3, and Reverse Flash. And he's probably my favorite out of all of these. So yeah, guys, I hope you like the showcase, and let's get into the figures. Alright guys, and for my first figure here, I have the Flash Barry Allen. If you remember, the first ever showcase I actually uploaded on this channel was of my Flash and Green Arrow, and I've updated them both since then. I still have most of the parts for my old Flash, but I don't know where they are right now. And also, I'll give you a little sneak peek at my updated Green Arrow, because I haven't done that on YouTube yet, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, the Flash is definitely updated. The only thing kept from the old one is the mask, which I just repainted. I just needed the piece itself. So I guess we'll go top to bottom. The helmet is, again, a Flash cowl with the sended-off lightning bolts. I repainted the lines that go all the way back, like the lightning bolts. And then actually I cut the lightning bolts on the side out of this plastic material. It's what I use for Falcon's wings. It's like action figure packaging plastic. So yeah, the head is Pippin from Lord of the Rings, and I repainted the mouth because I thought that the face was good for Barry Allen except for the mouth, and I made it kind of a quirky smile to kind of represent his personality. And I repainted the eyebrows from brown to dark brown. And then, as you can see, I painted the dark red going all the way around the head, just so that when you put the mask on, if I can, there we go, it goes all the way around. The torso was just a dark red torso, obviously, and I painted on all the detail you see there. I do want to point out that like I said in the intro, the Season 1 suit, the top shape up here is kind of more square, and this is also a little bit more square, and they rounded it out in the Season 2 suit, which is basically most of the differences. They added some differences to the legs as well. So my legs are kind of inaccurate because it's a mix of Season 1 and Season 2 reference. But yeah, the arms are pretty basic. They just have these basic kind of gold V's on them, which is accurate. And then on the legs, he does have his the lightning bolts, the knee pads, which you will see actually. I copied the design of the knee pads onto my Kid Flash and Reverse Flash because I really like how they turned out, and I think that they're accurate to what his knee pads look like. And then they do continue onto the inside of the legs, as well as this little gold strip that does go onto the inside of the leg, which is accurate. And there's not a lot on the back, just, you know, the gold. The continuation of the belt, it's the same thing that's on the front, and then the continuation of the lightning bolt on the side, which goes up to the top. So yeah guys, that's it for the Flash, and now we'll move into the Kid Flash. Alright guys, and here we have Kid Flash, or Wally West from the Flash. He's actually, his suit has a bunch of variations from the Flash's, so it was kind of different to paint. You would expect that, just kind of like in the comics, their suits would be similar, just with a different color. But honestly, it's pretty different, which is pretty nice, so that I'm not painting the same thing twice. To start top to bottom again, the cowl is a Flash cowl, again with the lightning bolts on the side sanded off. But what I did was I cut the top of it off and cut in half a Finn hairpiece, like from The Force Awakens, and glued that into the top so that, because in the show, his cowl has an opening at the top so you can see his hair. So I did that. The design wasn't actually made by me. I got the design from my friend Blink Brick Customs. I'll leave a link to his YouTube down in the description. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to know how I made that, go over to the Lego Scum Instagram page. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. Because I recently joined it. It's like a group account for posting whips and tutorials and stuff like that on how you made customs. So anyway, if we take this off, the head I used was, I don't really know what the head is. I know it originated in a Star Wars set. It was like some Imperial officer head in a battle pack. And I think it represents Wally West pretty well. And then, of course, just like Flash, I did paint the color all the way around his head so that when you put this on, it is a nice continuation. You can also see the lightning bolts, which is the same material as what I used for Flash, and then I did paint the dark red and black lines all over the mask. The torso was just a plain yellow torso, and it was actually pretty simple, just, you know, a line here, a line here. The lightning bolt was pretty cool. It is similar to Jay Garrick's, but I wanted to make it look more like a lightning bolt and not just like a zigzag line, which is kind of what Barry's turned out to be. If you can kind of see that, it's just like a zigzag line. It doesn't have like the points or whatever of the lightning bolt. And then he does have these little red spots on his side with the red lines, which does continue onto the back. And the back is also simple, just some black lines. The legs are, like I said, the knee pads are the same as what I did for the Flash. Just because their pants were the same in that area, and so it looks pretty cool. The boots, I did do this like kind of wavy line kind of thing, I guess, which is accurate to what his boots look like, and then just these two lines and the diagonal, that's the word, line, in between them, and then the arms is pretty simple. It was just these like shoulder pad things that go under his shoulder, and then the dark red lines, and then the continuation of his glove onto his arm. So yeah, that's it for Wally West. He was from the Flashpoint episode, and I'm pretty sure he's going to return onto the regular timeline, but if you've seen last week's episode of The Flash, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, who knows. Now we'll move on to Jesse Quick. Alright guys, and here's Jesse Quick. Now, the one main difference from this figure from all of my other Flash figures is that I used an area-like curved torso. As you can see, the curves on the side of the torso. I'm going to start using that for female figures now, just because it's a nice distinction, I guess. I used it on a couple figures from Suicide Squad, which turned out pretty nice, but now I'm going to start using it on all my female figures. So any female figures I've done in between Suicide Squad and Jesse Quick, unfortunately don't have those, and I'm not going to repaint their torsos. Like my upgraded Jessica Jones or Claire Temple don't have area-like curved torsos, but I just updated my Supergirl last night, and I gave her one, and I gave Jesse Quick one. I was saving this dark red torso for Wonder Woman next year, but I can just buy another one, because I do have to buy some other area-like curved torsos anyway, now that I've decided to do this for upcoming figures. Yeah, Jesse Quick was pretty cool to see her in the show. One main thing that I noticed was that her suit is actually just trajectory suit, which, if you remember, was a villain in one of the episodes from The Flash Season 2. I was planning on making a trajectory figure when she showed up in Flash Season 2. Then she kind of died the episode she was introduced in, and I was like, well, there's no point in that. Now I made a trajectory figure. I could just repaint a different head, get a different hair piece, and then just scratch off the logo, and then it would be trajectory. But anyways, starting from top to bottom. Now, the hairpiece isn't the most accurate. I've seen two different hairpieces being used. I've seen this one and then the Padme one from Star Wars. And they're both accurate. They're both only half accurate, because this one is accurate because it has the ponytail in the back, whereas Jesse Quick, the front of her hair doesn't look like this. But then there's also the Padme hairpiece, which the front looks right because she has a part in the middle and it goes to both sides, but the back of it's in a bun, not a ponytail. So I guess if you were really hardcore, you could cut the ponytail off of this one and glue it onto the back of the other one. But considering I don't have a Padme hairpiece, I just use this because this is what I had, and I still think it looks good. The headpiece, I don't remember if it's not... Okay, yeah, this was a Batgirl hairpiece. I just had to see if it had a double-sided face so I could tell what the original face was. It was a Batgirl, but I repainted the mouth because the problem with the Batgirl one was that the mouth was printed lower, so that when you have the Batgirl cowl on, you can see her mouth, and that just kind of looks weird, because then she has like an elongated face or whatever, so it just looks weird. So I erased that and repainted the mouth, and then I painted on the mask with dark red. Yeah, the torso, this suit was pretty fun to make, with all like the lines and stuff and the lightning bolts and the yellows and the dark reds, whereas Flash is just like gold and dark red, and this is like yellows. So this suit was pretty cool. The one thing that I do want to mention is that for the back, there was not a ton of reference for it. I watched through the entirety of the why can't I not say trajectory? Anyways, I watched the entirety of the trajectory video or episode. And I tried to take screenshots whenever it showed her back. Surprisingly, it didn't show her back. So then I watched the Jesse Quick episode, and there was like one scene of her back, and it was literally for a second because it shows her back, and then she quickly turns around. So I had to pause at the right moment and then brighten it up, and then I had a bunch of reference where it was like a picture like on this angle, so you could barely see the back. So I had to piece together the back, but I think I got it pretty accurate. But yeah, I do want to mention that these black lines here on the chest and on the shoulder pads, there was like a thin yellow line running through them. It's like they're black, but then they like are flaps and they open up and there's yellow inside or something like that. And I tried to do that, but my yellow paint's so thick it wouldn't do that. Like it wouldn't go that thin. And then all of these, the legs on this one actually are not similar to Kid Flash, or Reverse Flash. They're completely different. If we just move the arms back here, they have like these black lightning bolts, and then the knee pads are like these yellow things, and there's these yellow on the sides. And then yeah, so that's about it for Jesse Quick. Now we'll move on to Jay Garrick. Alright guys, and here is the real Jay Garrick, and if you've seen Flash Season 2, you know why I said that. Basically because the other Jay Garrick was really just Zoom pretending to be Jay Garrick, but he was a real Jay Garrick, who's actually the doppelganger of Barry's dead father from Earth 3. Yeah, so anyways, this figure was actually kind of fun to make, because he has some similarities to the Flash, except for the one main difference being that his torso is light red and not dark red like the other figures, but you know, whatever. He also has some dark blue elements, which the other figures don't. Anyway, going top to bottom like I've been on all of these figures. The helmet is a Brick Arms Brody helmet, and it came in gunmetal, but I painted it silver, even though that's not really accurate color to the show, but the gunmetal color it came in also wasn't an accurate color. It's kind of like a in-between gunmetal silver color, but I painted it silver because I like that. The little wings on the side are the same material I made the Flash's, Kid Flash's lightning bolts out of. So basically what I did for the helmet was paint it silver and then took a Lego hairpiece and cut the bottom off and glued it onto the helmet. And before you say, oh, you copied MGF, I want to be clear. I made a fake Jay Garrick figure back when we thought he was the real Jay Garrick of Hunter Zolomon. I'll go grab it now. Here he is. So, yeah. He's not exactly good. I made him when I wasn't exactly, you know, somebody that customized a lot. I made him when I was first starting out. But actually, as you can see, he does have the hair going around the hat, and this hat was like some weird medieval piece. It's not important what the hat piece was, but basically, I mean, of course, everyone else came up with this idea, but I came up with the idea by myself. I mean, of course, it was the obvious choice, so I'm not saying I credited it and MGF copied me and everyone that makes Garrick copied me, but I did actually come up with the idea on my own, and then everyone else was doing it. I was like, yeah, they should be. It's a good idea. So, yeah, this figure kind of deserves to die, but yeah, I also have a Zoom figure, which I may show at the end of the showcase, which is, trust me, way worse than this is, if you can believe it. And, yeah, I'll show him at the end of the showcase, probably, but hopefully in the future I plan on remaking Zoom. Anyway, so yeah, and then I painted the hair in a light gray color. The torso for this guy was pretty fun to do, and I realize I've said that a lot, but because it was different. Again, I've said that a lot too, but the lightning bolt, which is the same as Kid Flash's, I painted in black and then went over in gold to give it the black outline effect, and then I did the gold that's kind of going around the arms and then back onto the back. I did this dotted pattern for this midsection because if you look at the reference or like his costume from the scene he was in, like all of the this part and these side parts and his arms were all like rubbery leather material, but then this middle part kind of looked like it was felt or like something soft, so I wanted to show the difference in texture with the dots. And then I painted the dark blue on the sides, which I'm not exactly sure where they go, because at first I thought that just like Barry's costume, these lightning bolts connect up to these ones, which it does, but then I was like, then where does the dark blue go? And I couldn't find any reference, but it wasn't on his back, but it was on his front. Luckily, I don't paint the sides of torso, so I didn't have to come up with a crazy idea. The legs are pretty much simple. I painted the belt in dark red, the gold outlines, the lightning bolts, and I'm really sorry for the squeaky stand. Hopefully I'll get a new one sometime. And then I just painted it on his dark red boots with the black details. So yeah, that's it for Regal J. Garrick. Oh, but I almost forgot. His head was a Superman head from Batman vs Superman sets. This is the smiling side. I erased the mouth and I painted on the dark gray for his eyebrows, painted on the wrinkles beside his eyes and under his mouth. Or not under his, well yeah, under his mouth right there. And then that one too. But the head design that I base this off of is actually 97 Lego Maniacs or Yale, so I'll leave a link to his YouTube down in the description, because it was his idea, so I'll give credit. And now we'll move on to my favorite figure of the showcase, Professor, nope, it's not, well it is Professor Zoom, but in the show they call him Reverse Flash. Alright guys, and here's my Reverse Flash figure, and I'm gonna say this a lot in the segment, so get used to it. This is definitely my favorite figure of the showcase, and definitely one of my favorite, if not my number one favorite figure I've ever made. Wild Mutt's up there, and my Ben 10 Customs, Doctor Strange is up there, but I'm not here to tell you my top 10 favorites. I'm here to show you Reverse Flash, but before I do, here is just my terrible, terrible Zoom figure that I promised I would show. Definitely my darkest days. But, anyways. Alright guys, and here's my Reverse Flash figure. I lowered the lighting a bit just so that you can see all of the awesome detail that went into this figure. And, I definitely want to say that he is one of my favorite, and if not my most favorite figure I've ever made, just because of all the detail that went into him. You would think that he would be the opposite of Flash, so it would be kind of the same as painting the Flash. Not at all. As you can see, he has a lot of more detail, washing, well then, the only thing similar is the helmet, head, and legs, really. If you can see, like, the legs are basically the same, the helmet is the exact same, just different colors. So anyways, starting top to bottom like the rest of these figures, the helmet, or cowl, or whatever you want to call it, is a Flash cowl, painted yellow, then put a black wash on top of it, then put a yellow wash on top of that, to give it this dirty effect, and I personally like to think that it's dirty because of all the time travel. Kind of made it, you know, really dark and whatever. And if you just take a look at it with the Flash helmet here, they're the exact same. The lightning bolts, again, cut out of the exact same material, but the lines are the same. So yeah, the head is actually Peter Pan from the Disney line, because I wanted him to have the creepy smile, like this one reference photo that I had, where he's like creepy smiling. And I kind of like the creepy smile because now you don't know if it's, you can't really tell if it's Eobard Thawne or Harrison Wells Reverse Flash. You can still see the Peter Pan eyebrows there, which is kind of weird, but you don't see them when the mask is on. The eyes are not my idea, actually. Credit for that goes to MGF Customs. Leave a link to his YouTube in the description. So yeah, but if you can kind of see, what I did was I painted like the black part of the eye, I painted that red, if I can just zoom in a bit, and then I outlined it also in red, and then I painted the eyebrows on top just to give it the red glowing effect, which I think turned out really awesome. And then, as just like Kid Flash and Flash, I did do the outline and paint the color all the way around so that the continuation from mask to head looks good. And also I did wash that in black and then go over that in a wash of yellow. The torso was a completely yellow torso. I sanded it on the side so I could paint them black, but yeah, the torso this is accurately gets darker near the bottom. So as you can see near the bottom here, it's more black and yellow, or black then yellow, like, so I did a black wash over the torso and made it kind of light at the top here, but you can still kind of see it, and then it gets heavier around here and then heavier near the bottom, which is accurate. And then I did paint on these little triangle or rectangle pieces for his suit, and then I did paint on the logo, which is of course the reverse of the Flash's logo, because he's the Reverse Flash, it goes the other way. And that's definitely my favorite logo out of all of these, because working like the Flash's logo was hard to do, and same with Jesse Quick's, because white paint is really clumpy. So painting, and then also my gold paint is really clumpy, so painting clumpy paint on top of clumpy paint, this is the best lightning bolt I could get on the Flash. And then Jesse Quick was a little easier because I really like my black paint, but the white paint was still clumpy. But my black paint isn't, and my red paint is a little bit, but you know, I liked it. Anyways, so yeah, and then I painted these sides black accurately, and then washed them in yellow really heavily over here because it was kind of yellowy black. I couldn't really tell whether I should wash yellow with black or wash black with yellow. I went with washing black with yellow just because I painted the entire sides black anyway. And then he has these two triangle pieces, which I outlined in gray, and then he has the red lightning, top of the lightning bolts going down. His belt is similar to Barry's, just that the fact that his red lightning bolts are outlined, whereas Barry's are not. If we zoom out a bit, we can, or I'll go to the arms or the back first. I did not have a lot of reference for his back because there just simply isn't a lot of, a bunch of the set photos are like pictures on this angle or on like this angle, so I didn't have a lot. And then I tried to look through the episodes that he was in and get screenshots, but he's always vibrating, so you can't really see him, except for the one fight scene between Flash, Firestorm, Arrow, and the Reverse Flash when they're all fighting, and Reverse Flash gets knocked out and he falls down. There's a scene of his back, but it's still really blurry. Not really blurry, but it's still blurry because it's at nighttime, it's foggy. It's just a whole bunch of things. And then I also used the Injustice model of the Reverse Flash from the CW, his back, as a bit of reference. So the back is probably inaccurate, but I like how it turned out. And then just like the front, it does like get darker and a darker wash as it goes down. The arms are pretty similar, or the arms are pretty, I meant to say, I cannot word stay. The arms are pretty similar, because I did, like, it was a black arm, but then I washed the top in yellow, and then it just gets darker, or less and less to the bottom, and then at the bottom it's just straight black, which is accurate. And then I painted on these weird triangle shape shoulder pads, and then put the dots in them, and then put on his elbow pads, and then these two red lines, which I did see going down his arms. Yeah. And then for the legs, it's a continuation from this middle yellow part where the yellow just gets less and less and it gets black and black until the boots are completely black. So I did a light, if I can just move his arms out of the way, I did a light yellow wash around the legs, and just like I kept saying, the the knee pads are a copy from the Kid Flash and Flash's, and then the bottom of the legs here are exactly the same as the Flash, so he does have the rectangles with the little red instead of gold, and then he does have the red on the inside of his boots, which I can't move his legs or else it'll scratch. Actually, no. If I just move it a little bit, you can see it there. I do have the red inside of his legs. Yeah. And then obviously the continuation of the red lightning bolts on the bottom there. So yeah, guys, that's it for this showcase. That's it for the Reverse Flash. Like I said, definitely one of my favorites. And one of my, he's my favorite, villain. Well, Flash is my favorite superhero, so naturally, Reverse Flash would be my favorite super villain because of the exact same reasons I like the Flash. The superpower, the costume, the powers, just, but I think the Reverse Flash is cooler because, he's evil. So, yeah. And then also, I like the Reverse Flash's CW costume way more than, the Flashes. But anyways, guys, that's about it for the showcase, so let's go to the outro. Alright, guys, and that's it for the showcase. I hope you enjoyed all the figures. Yeah, definitely Reverse Flash is my favorite just because how much time and work went into him. So, yeah. Alright, guys, and that's it for this showcase. I hope you enjoyed all the figures, because they were so much fun painting them, so I hope you enjoyed, looking at them, I guess, as much as I enjoyed making them. Like I said in the beginning, I'm planning on making Vibe and Killer Frost in the future, but for now, I just have these 5 figures. Then for Supergirl, I plan on making, well, I've already made Supergirl and Superman. I plan on making Alex, Martian Manhunter, Miss Martian, and Superboy. Maybe Guardian if I like his character, but I don't really like the suit as of yet. For Arrow, I'm gonna update my Green Arrow, make Mr. Terrific, Wild Dog, and Artemis, and Ragman, possibly Vigilante if he joins the team, I don't know yet. Then for Legends, I'm making Heat Wave. I get his name mixed up with Heat Blast from Ben 10 a lot, so I have to think about that. Heat Wave, Atom, White Canary, Firestorm, Vixen, and Citizen Steel. Basically just the entire team, and I feel like I'm missing someone, but who knows. But yeah, that's basically my plan for now. And then after that, I have Adventure Time figures coming. I have some sculpts made by Lucas Customs. I'll leave a link to his YouTube down in the description. So he made tree trunks and cinnamon bun for me. So hopefully I'll get those done soon. And then plus I do have my Christmas showcase coming up near Christmas. And that's about it for figures. Also, though, I do have Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, and I'm not sure if I'm planning on, I'm not planning on making any more Walking Dead customs, so I might make a showcase of him sooner. In regards to my Doctor Strange showcase, I talked about I'm doing a tutorial series, and I still am going to do that. I just want to film like the first 3 episodes all at once, and then upload them consecutively, so that I don't actually, so I can upload like on a weekly basis. So I only have the first one recorded as of now, but maybe today I'll record some more. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. There's a link down in the description to my Instagram and Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that often, but Instagram I post a lot of pictures of customs, and way before I post them here, like I've already posted all of these figures like a long time ago for most of them. I've posted my Supergirl, my Superman, my Green Arrow, but that was a while ago. I've posted most of my Marvel Netflix customs, which you haven't even seen on here, plus my Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, plus my Santa Claus. So, like I said, I post stuff there before I get to making a showcase, so if you want to see any of those, go ahead over there. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.